Hey, welcome to my channel. Yesterday was a very busy day, so I've broken up into three separate videos. It's up to you how you want to go about it. But reality is the next. I hate to say this, but like this is not. This is a case where like against Oklahoma, Brown. I don't know why he was complaining about the officiating. It seems like every team has issue with the way the teams are, way the officiating occurs inside of OKC. But reality is the Knicks had the shot. They were like down by two with 5 minutes to go. They had their opportunities and they went to the free throw more than Oklahoma. And reality is like they just couldn't capitalize. And the sad state is like this is the way the Knicks are. I don't think they get into the finals, honestly. As good as Jalen Brunson is like I said, he's not your tier one. He's maybe your tier 1A until he proves me otherwise. I'd love for him to prove me otherwise. He's always going to be a tier 1A to me, basically, until he gets him into that championship. They're not going to win the championship. Let's be realistic. They're not winning the championship, but they can get into the finals. If he gets them into the finals, I think he's a tier one. You're going to say, well, no, other superstars. Well, like let's be honest. Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, superstars, right? They didn't win a championship, but they're superstars. Patrick Ewing, superstar at this point. And similar to, I was going to say Shaq, but actually Shaq won. I don't know who else has gone into the finals that has never won. Karl Malone, Stockton, of course, um, Ewing, Barkley for sure. Barkley's always going to be that. I was going to say Clyde Drexler, but he did win with the Houston Rockets. So reality is like he did win. Um, Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter, I don't know. They are definitely superstar worthy, but they kind of tailed off at the end of the season. Actually, I was Durant. If he doesn't join the Golden State Warriors, he probably would have been another person as well too that could be superstar that never won a championship. But because he went to the Golden State Warriors, yeah. So fact of the matter is um, I'm just gonna call it as it is. But Jalen Brunson, he will be a tier 1A until he gets him into the finals. Now, if they win the finals, screw that. Brunson becomes a god. Cat becomes a god. They are the new Mr. New Yorkers as well as Josh Hart. I'll be honest, Josh Hart will be at that too. Mikal Bridges, you're seeing that trade more and more now. Like looking back at it now, that trade is looking very bad. And at that point, the person to blame is not only Rose, but also Brunson. Brunson called out Rose and as well as Hart. They called him out. I was like, you want us to win a championship? You bring our boy Mikal back. You bring our boy Mikal into the Knicks fold. Do whatever it takes. 5 first round draft picks. Any star would have known. It's like, ooh, that's a bad trade. You should never have done that. Reality is like, Dante, granted, yeah, he was traded, but they could have tried to get him back. They didn't. So reality is like, yeah, as much as Jalen wanted, Mikal and Dante too. Reality is like Jalen should have basically worked with who he has basically. And OG Anunoby, I think, is the clear steal more so than Jalen Brunson right now. OG Anunoby, without OG Anunoby, I don't think the Knicks are where they are at this point. Let's be honest. Without OG, they are not where they are right now. I'm like, I think that was a great trade. I thought it was an overpriced trade of trading RJ and quickly for him, but reality is like it's looking more and more like that was a steal trade basically because RJ and quickly look what they're doing right now. They're not really doing as much, quite honestly, with Toronto the way OG is working with the Knicks at this point. And honestly, Carl Anthony Towns, I think that was a trade. I didn't see that happening. Do I think that was the right trade to make? I don't think so, quite honestly. Do I think that was the right trade? No. I think they could have used Randall and yeah, Randall and some draft picks to gotten Giannis into New York at this point. Let's be honest. If Randall was still around and Cat wasn't there, Randall with those draft picks without Mikhail would have basically gotten Giannis into town, and then I think we are legitimate champions at this point. But again, it's 2020 hindsight now. It's a matter of like what can the Knicks do now. I don't know how Rose comes about this, and unless he gets really really creative to bring another superstar to the team, this is going to be kind of hard for the Knicks at this point, honestly. And I don't, like I said, I don't see them winning the championship for sure. Do I see them getting into the championships? the way that other teams are playing right now, I don't even see that, honestly. And if that's the case, I can't call out Brunson as a tier one superstar. I can say this much, though. Next year, the Knicks will not get far. Boston will be fully healthy at that point. Indiana, with Halliburton back, Tyrese Halliburton back, as well as having probably the third or fourth draft pick, most likely maybe even number one for all we know, they will be definitely a big contender. Cleveland, I mean, if Harden and Mitchell stay the way, if Harden stays and Mitchell, does what he does and doesn't get injured and they're healthy, they're going to be a force to reckon with. And then of course the Sixers, I mean, they're gonna get another draft pick, but reality is Embiid with Maxey, and if George is healthy at this point, as well as and they get someone else, they become a serious force to reckon with at that point as well too. Do I see the Clippers doing anything? No, not really. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the Sixers make a sort of pseudo trade for Kawhi Leonard, quite honestly. And when I say pseudo trade, more so to the point of like not giving up as many draft picks, maybe one or two draft picks for Leonard. Because I think Leonard has pretty much overstayed his welcome in LA, or with the Clippers for that matter. I think this would be a great Philadelphia would be a great team for him because he wouldn't be the number one option, but he would help them and get them into a championship. If he joins the Philadelphia 76ers, Kawhi, they become a legitimate contender for the number one. I think they become the clear favorites to get to the finals from the East. But that's just my opinion. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think? Do you think the Knicks have a shot of getting to the finals? Do you think the Knicks have a shot of even winning do you think the Knicks have a shot of winning the finals? Or even for that matter, do you think the Knicks even have a shot of getting to the finals? And of course, this year. And of course, do you think, you're welcome to let me know, do you think Jalen Brunson, prove me otherwise, that he's a tier 1 superstar instead of a tier 1A? With that, I'll leave it at that. Unfiltered, unedited, of course, always unrehearsed. Until next time.